Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to shoot a quick video for you guys on the power of your circle. And so if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I am a huge proponent of you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, whether that be people in your proximity, in your periphery locally, or whether that be folks online and the audio and video that you consume on YouTube or Netflix or whatever it is that you watch and whoever it is that you align with. Well, I want to illustrate that with a story that's very relevant and personal to me and what's going on in my world right now, primarily with regard to my fitness journey, but it kind of crosses all the platforms. So fitness, finances, family, faith, doesn't necessarily matter, but I'm going to illustrate it for you with this one example. And so this past weekend, I ran alongside a good friend who was pushing himself, doing a 100-miler. And so he was running 100 miles. And I said, let me come in and I'll do a 20-mile loop with you. He's doing 5 20-mile loops. And so I'd never done, or at least I didn't think I had ever done beyond 13. And I had pushed myself to do that after, coincidentally, he and I had run together a few weeks back, and he pushed me then, and I continued to push myself. And then again on Saturday when I ran alongside him, I pushed myself once again, right, from 13 to 20. But I was thinking back, and in my early 20s, going back about 15 plus years now, I actually did run a half marathon. So I had done 13 plus miles once before. But what had happened is the day after the race, it was a Sunday race, and I had to really dig and go back and think on all this stuff. I wore the medal that they gave us at the finish to the office. And I was a young kid, I wasn't very self-aware, and I was really naive. And so I come into the office super proud of myself, wearing this like little badge of honor. And it was, at the time, something to be proud of, and it still is. If anybody's out there and is striving to run a half marathon, like, that's impressive, and you should be proud of that, and people around you should be proud of you for that. And if they're not, that's the whole point of this video, is I encourage you to find new people to surround yourself with. But in that moment, I wore that medal back to the office and walked in and was ridiculed by someone who was 3 levels my senior for wearing it into a meeting. And so at the time, and I don't know if folks still do this, but I remember that people were wearing their New York City marathons. If they had run the marathon and had, accomplished that, people would wear those to work in Manhattan, and they were recognized for it. But I suspect some were laughed at for it, just like I was. And so what I wound up doing was kind of repressing that memory and never really celebrating that small victory. In fact, I had buried that so deep that I went into running this time around a decade plus later, not ever having acknowledged that I had done that before. So when I hit 3 miles, 6 miles, 12 miles, 13 miles, and anytime I did that, it was always in my mind, that's my new best. When in reality, over a decade ago, I had done just that. And then, so what that kind of told me is, look at the power that someone's influence has on you. What it would do to me as an adult then, right, a young adult, it was powerful enough what they had said that it got me to repress those memories and to have completely brainwashed myself out of the belief that I had done it and was capable of doing it again. I had to retrain myself this time around to believe that. And imagine what that then does with kids, right, when they're super young. And so I'm not going to go too deep and get too heavy with you on this, but I think you get the point, right? If someone's influence on me at that age was able to do what it did, imagine what's going on in the periphery. If you've got someone poking and prodding at you, someone telling you that you can't constantly, whatever that thing is that you're trying to do, that you're out there stepping out and voicing, and they're kind of pulling you back or whatever the case is, I encourage you to seek a new tribe. So the right tribe compounds, the wrong tribe confounds. The wrong people around you will confuse you. They'll drag you down. Arnold says it in a great commencement speech. Don't believe the naysayers. Just the people want to have you believe that you can't do something simply because they can't do it. And so they'll do it in all sorts of ways, planting little seeds of doubt, straight telling you that you can't do it, ridiculing you and poking and prodding and making fun. And so subconsciously you have to be strong enough to realize that that's them, not you. And so, and better yet, kind of elevate your circle and just get away from all that negativity and noise. It will not serve you in any way. As we pushed this past weekend alongside my buddy who was running that 100 miles, we were alongside him breaking personal bests, each and every one of us. And he took the time to acknowledge us for what we were achieving. We're there in support of him pushing to do 100. He's there supporting us breaking our 6 mile, 10 mile, 13 mile personal bests, saying, are you guys in personal best territory, acknowledging us for having stepped out beyond what we were capable of, what we had ever done, for raising our standard, the new high water mark for each and one of us. And so those are the people you need in your circle. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with. Folks that will propel you, that will compel and propel you to go forward, to forge forward, to take new ground in your life, in your business. So again, I don't want to be a broken record. And if you've watched my stuff, you know that I already am super passionate about this. And I preach on this constantly. The saying, right? You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Stop surrounding yourself with duds, right? They will not serve you. In fact, they're going to hold you back. So I'll leave you with that. Catch you on the next video. Thank you for checking in on the channel. I know I hit you with a heavy one today, but this message is critically important. It meant a lot to me to get this out to you. So if this message served you, I encourage you to like this video, comment below. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I'm gonna continue to drop these videos and hopefully bring you guys a ton of value. So subscribe here, comment here, share this thing. Someone else needs to hear this message. Share it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Jacked up my mic.